Hello in there. No dramatic entrance this time. We're moving on to a discussion of gloves with my go-to gear. So again, I'm trying to catch people up with what I typically hop on the motorcycle and ride with. We went through the clothing part of it on an earlier effort, and now we're going to cover gloves. We'll cover helmets in a separate segment because, like gloves, I believe they deserve their own separate little discussion because there's a lot that comes into play. Now, I do want to mention that in San Diego, we don't get cold, but we do get cold. Does that make any sense? Not entirely sure. It does to me, hope it does to you. But generally, we're not riding in 30 or 40 degree. Coldest days I'll ride on will be in the 50 degree Fahrenheit kind of range. When it's that cold, I do have some insulated gloves. These are called sliders, and they are insulated, little on the puffy side. They're gauntlet gloves because you want them to be warm. They've got the knuckle protectors. Not expensive at all. In fact, very reasonably priced as I recall, but sliders and fit snugly enough. And I have yet to have an issue, good protection. I've yet to have an issue with being too cold in our weather. I do not have heated grips. Oh, I missed that BMW had some heated grips, but not an issue at all for our California winter days that I ride with. So those are called sliders. They're insulated gloves. Let's go to another extreme and talk about when it gets really hot here. Now, I can ride in 100 degree F days. Typically I don't, but I can be out there and we can be in the 90s here. I'll ride in 90 degree F days here, and when I get out in the desert, we will touch into the 3 digits. So I do have some short mesh gloves. These are by AGV Sport. They're mesh. They still have the knuckle protection and some finger protection, but there are vents around this glove that will scoop in some cooling air on those days that it's really hot. So gotta say, these are good. I've had these for several years now. They're holding up well. They're starting to pull up just a little bit, but really like them on those hot days when I go out and ride anyway, regardless of the temperature. These are also good if you're just going around the block or a couple of miles or something. Just grab those and put them on, and you don't have to go through some of the gyrations you do when you put on gauntlet gloves. Those can take a little bit longer. Now, probably the best pair of gloves that I own are Dainese. You'll notice I do kind of like that brand. I don't get anything from them. It'd be nice if I did. Hey, Dainese, sponsor me. Give me a jacket. I don't think they're going to see it. But these are the most expensive gloves that I own. They are Dainese. They are gauntlet gloves. I feel pretty safe riding on these. Now I need to find the other hand here. Sorry, bear with me. The thing about getting a glove for me to fit right is that I have a size large hand, but my fingers are not all that long. And the issue is sometimes when I get a size large, the finger pockets are too long for my particular style hand. But this one works out well. It has the double Velcro enclosure, like thus and like thus. I like the fact that it has the hard palm closure. And again, we have knuckle protection, and that extends out into the fingers as well. The little finger protection is pretty nice also. I hear some pretty terrible stories of people who have injuries that really spread that little finger out. And this has a protective block down here that would supposedly keep that from happening. So hope never to find that out. But a really nice glove. These are Dainese Carbons. I got them on sale. Happened to pick them up on sale, but they were still pretty expensive. They are, as I said earlier, the most expensive gloves that I own. While we're talking about the whole glove thing, by the way, and I'm dispensing wisdom to you all, I hope you're listening and paying attention. What you do is go online, go to any supply place and purchase a little alligator clip like that. And then when you store the gloves, use that clip to keep them together like that. You'll get 10 or so clips in a bag. Very inexpensive, great way to keep them. Highly recommended. I get different colored ones. All right, now I'm gonna go from the most expensive to probably the least expensive quality glove I own. I'll put it quality. Once again, I'll drop that. All right, back once again with that clip to hold them together. Doesn't mean you can keep it in your hand. But these are by Sedici 16, although it's spelled wrong, I think, for Italian. It'd be S-E-I-D-I-C-I. Correct me, my Italian-speaking friends. But they pronounce it Sedici. These are the Cycle Gear brand, and very affordable, very inexpensive, and they come with some features that I particularly like. They're a little bit lighter weight than the Dainese, so not bad for a summer day if you're going on a longer ride and think you want a little better protection than a short glove will give you. You get the 2 Velcro closure. That's to keep it from slipping off your wrist. You get the hard palm protection there. You get knuckle protection, and you get protection out on the fingers here. Now, one of the things that I like about this is that it's got this bridge from your finger to your small finger here, and that is supposed to keep that finger from being spread out and backwards if you go down that way. Again, hope I never find that out. Thank you very much. The other nice little feature about these particular gloves is they have a little bit more of a friction patch on the inside of them that allow with a little finer control. Nice double feature here, so you've got a double layer protecting your hand. Sedici, so very inexpensive. Now the question to ask is, there's a quantitative difference, that is they cost more, let's say using Dainese as our test subject here, but is there a qualitative difference? In other words, are the Dainese gloves actually measurably safer than the Sedici gloves? And I don't know the answer to that question. Tell me if you know. The Dainese, you know, will have been tested to the European standards because that's a requirement over there. But the Sedici, would they be more or less protection in a crash? And does the type of crash you get into matter? I don't know the answer to that. I just know that these are the 2 gloves, and I'll pop into one or other of these. I have other gloves because it's always fun to try them out. Now, one of the things that I've done with these Dainese gloves, I found out that it wasn't necessary on the Sedici because it supposedly has touch-sensitive fingers. Is I bought a little piece of plastic that you can get as a kit. Don't know if that's going to come out. That makes this glove supposedly touch sensitive to smart screens. So I've used it, and the screens will respond, but it's very clumsy. I do not recommend trying it on the bike on the move. I will pull over to the side of the road and use them on the side of the road, because it sometimes can take 2 or 3 swipes or pushes before the phone will acknowledge that you're trying to input something, and you don't want to be doing that as you're rolling along. I think they're both quality products though, so let me know. That more or less brings us up to date on the glove side of things. So we've gone through my go-to day-to-day riding outfit, and we've now covered the gloves typically that I use. I have other gloves, and some of them have quite a few miles on them. It's fun to look for sales, for instance, and pick up a glove that you think is going to look right or feel right as you ride along. Just want to mention again, for me, the subtlety in getting the right fit on a glove is the length of that finger pocket. And sometimes I'll get a large and I'll have that much left over in the finger pocket, and it just feels like you're flopping around with the things. Not comfortable at all. How do you know whether that glove is going to be right for you or not if you're ordering it online? I haven't a clue. Gloves and helmets are 2 of the things that I might recommend, unless the glove is very inexpensive. I might recommend that you go down to the retailer and actually go inside their brick and mortar and try them on to make sure they're right. If you're spending even those Sedicis, which are a relative bargain, are $100 or thereabouts. So if you're spending that kind of money, you really want to make sure it works. That's bringing it all around full circle in my Aprilia shirt. By the way, it's holding up pretty well, don't you think? Do you like it? I kind of like it still. A little over the top. How would you, tell me, would you wear this around your neighborhood? Look at all this, I feel so tough. Let me know if you would or not. I won't. I'm gonna wear it in the man cave and when I do these vlogs. So hope this was of use to all you out there. If you've got questions, put them down. If you've got favorite gear, favorite brands, put those down as well. That just gets us to where we're going today and this afternoon. It happens to be afternoon here at Wistful Vistas. Hope you're having a great day. Talk to you later.